In My Father's Words is a bit of a departure for us here at Dundee. I don't think we definitely wouldn't be doing it if we hadn't got this extra money from the Glasgow Commonwealth Games cultural programme. And it's also a new play, and we do some new plays here at the Rep, but we don't do that many because we try and do a very diverse programme, and we don't want to do too much in the way of new writing and experimental work because not everybody wants to see that. So I think it's unusual in that respect. It's got a bit of Gaelic in it, and we don't do any plays with Gaelic. And it's also doing a tour, and we've only just started really doing a lot more touring. So a lot about the project feels quite new. And I think that's partly why we were able to get all this extra money from the games, because they were interested in doing stuff that we at Dundee wouldn't normally do. The play is many things. It's a love story, partly. It deals with stuff which I think traditionally could be thought of as quite off-putting for an audience. For example, there's a very elderly man in it who has dementia, but his dementia, which leads to a kind of loss of language and him gradually losing the ability to speak, actually provides one of the strongest kind of storytelling threads through the play, because in losing his language he begins to speak words from another language, and part of the play is a kind of detective story trying to work out what this language is and how can he come to be speaking it. It's set in Canada, and again the Commonwealth Games cultural programme were very keen on stuff which linked different Commonwealth nations together, Scotland and Canada in this case. The history of Scottish emigration to Canada is obviously an incredibly important and vibrant historical subject, and a lot of people, both sides of the Atlantic, can relate to that. And it's really good for us to do more touring. I mean, we did a Highland tour last year with our community play Promises, Promises, and this is also doing, well, it actually opens in Glasgow at the Tron Theatre, comes back home here to the Rep, and then it goes on a 2-week Highland tour, including Stornoway on the Isle of Lewis. So yeah, it definitely feels like an extra project. I mean, we're doing 3 Rep ensemble shows this season anyway, so this is like a 4th show. I think we all feel we feel busier than ever, but I think it's a great addition to the programme, and I think it is quite different.